Hello Pokepals, welcome back to another video. Twilight Masquerade gave us a new grass-type Pokemon capable of attacking twice in Dipplin. In Gym Leader Challenge, Dipplin is not the only grass-type Pokemon capable of attacking twice. I'll be showing an example GLC deck list centered around attacking twice. To learn more about Gym Leader Challenge, you can check out gymleaderchallenge.com. Let's start with Dipplin and its ability Festival Lead. If Festival Grounds is in play, this Pokemon may use an attack it has twice. If the first attack knocks out your opponent's active Pokemon, you may attack again after your opponent chooses a new active Pokemon. The attack, Do the Wave, deals 20 damage for each of your benched Pokemon, so it caps out at 100 damage without modifiers. Obviously, we have to play Festival Grounds, which is an otherwise average stadium card. Each Pokemon that has any energy attached recovers from all special conditions and can't be affected by any special conditions. Guzma and Hala and Stadium Nav are useful cards that can search for stadium cards like Festival Grounds. Jumpluff is the best attacking partner for Dipplin. Similar to Dipplin, its ability Fluffy Barrage allows it to attack twice. The wording for this ability is different such that Jumpluff can attack twice using moves it does not naturally have. For example, it can use Technical Machine Blindside twice. While useful in some strategies, I excluded tool cards with attacks since they don't work with Dipplin and are not flexible. Although it deals less damage than Dipplin, Jumpluff tends to be a better early game attacker since it does not require a specific stadium card to attack twice. Ideally, we want to take a knockout for each attack. Dipplin and Jumpluff normally don't hit high damage numbers, but we can introduce damage modifiers to make knockouts more likely. The most accessible damage modifying card is Muscle Band, a tool card that lets the attached Pokemon deal 20 more damage to the opposing active Pokemon. Grass decks also have access to Lurantis. This Pokemon has the ability Sunny Day, which allows Grass and Fire-type Pokemon to deal 20 more damage to the opposing active Pokemon. Grass decks have access to adequate Pokemon Search, especially Sun-Drenched Shell on Grottle in almost every grass deck, making it easy to put Lurantis into play. Unlike Muscle Band, Lurantis is not discarded after your attacker is knocked out, so you can take advantage of its ability multiple times, but it does occupy 2 cards of deck space. Another damage modifier is Professor Kukui, a supporter that lets your Pokemon deal 20 more damage to the active Pokemon and draws 2 cards. This card is bad in most decks, but it's good for this one since Dipplin and Jumpluff doubled the damage modification. I would consider playing other damage modifying cards like Leon, Defiance Band, Vitality Band, and Plus Power, but cards like these cut into deck consistency. I recommend playing with just the 3 strongest ones first and adding more if you feel comfortable. To support Dipplin, I added Thwackey from Twilight Masquerade. It has the ability Boom Boom Groove. Once during your turn, if your active Pokemon has the Festival Lead ability, you may search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Thwackey makes finding Festival Grounds more consistent. It also lets you efficiently play Voltage Beat Rillaboom, which provides some much needed energy acceleration. Le Parfum Roserade lets you search for any card in your deck upon evolution and is used to find any missing pieces for the Dipplin combo. In order to maximize Dipplin, the deck should run recovery cards. Revitalizer is a stable card for grass decks and recovers both Dipplin and Applin to hand. Lusamine is one of the few cards that can recycle stadium cards like Festival Grounds, which is necessary for Dipplin to attack twice. Rescue Carrier is very useful for recovering Dipplin because it has low HP. If anything important is prized, Town Map is useful for taking the most useful prizes first and planning ahead. Finally, I think Avery is strong for this deck. Avery limits your opponent to the active Pokemon and 3 benched Pokemon. After taking 2 knockouts with Dipplin or Jumpluff, they'll only have 2 Pokemon remaining in play. Most decks struggle with so few Pokemon. If nothing else, Avery provides the deck with some extra draw power. The rest of the deck is filled with GLC staple cards. Let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses. If you set up quickly, you can easily take 2 knockouts in the same early game turn and ruin setup decks. However, it has a harder time against Pokemon with more than 140 HP. Professor Kukui can be difficult to find on any specific turn and requires your supporter use for that turn. With Lurantis and Muscle Band, Dipplin realistically caps out at 140 damage. This deck really suffers against Hex Maniac, since Dipplin and Jumpluff both depend on their abilities. Pokemon like Wobbuffet and Galarian Weezing can stop Dipplin and Jumpluff from attacking a second time. Your best bet is to attack with Torterra, which does not rely on its ability and deals damage reliably. In conclusion, I don't think this deck is amazing, but not every deck can be. Some decks just come with more counterplay. The deck certainly has me seeing double. As always, thanks for watching, and let me know what you want to see next. Until next time, Pokepals.